We are at a wet Wilton Mill for round 6 of the Daytona DMAX Light Heats Championship, perhaps one of the most wide open championships all season. A number of different winners. We started with Cameron Khan at Daytona Milton Keynes, but having missed a couple of rounds, he's dropped down the order. At round 2 it was Axel Slijepcevic to take the win. Then we went to Pier, which saw Cameron Noble get his first win. Round 4 saw Axel back on the top step once again, and then at round 5 at Shellington last time out, it was Dante Dillon who won the race there. So a number of different winners. The championship table wouldn't suggest it's that close. It's 483 points for Axel, 445 for O'Shaughnessy, 420 for Noble, and 412 for Dillon. Sam Lovelace and Zach Swanell also not too far behind Dillon as well, 404 and 403 points for them respectively. So it's a pretty wide open championship. We still have half of it to go. It's wet today, which throws an added extra into the mix. Could go either way. Let's get into the race and see what happens.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the final of the for round 6 of the 2017 Daytona DMAX Light Heats Championship. I'm Alex Goldschmidt, alongside me Chris McCarthy in the commentary box. Chris, very interesting heats we've had. We've had 3 different winners, and the action's about to ramp up for the next 11 minutes and 1 lap.
So wet heats, but dry-ish final. It was Leslie, Cobb, Bars, Manton, Dillon, your top 5 in Heat 1. Khan, Kraft, Swanell, O'Shaughnessy, Truman, the top 5 in Heat 2. Then it was Slijepcevic, Swanell, Lovelace, Leslie, Truman. So as you said, 3 different winners from 3 different heats. Here's Alex with the grid.
So on pole position for the final, it's Axel Slijepcevic. Alongside him will be Zach Swanell on the front row. Ben Leslie and Cameron Khan make up row 2 ahead of Sam Lovelace and Graham Cobb. Daniel Truman and Dante Dillon 7th and 8th ahead of Joshua Kraft and Charlotte Manton, who ran out the top 10, ahead of Max O'Shaughnessy, Ed Bars, Ethan Suter, William Thomas, Ollie Ursel, Cameron Noble, Matthew Bees, who had a bit of a disaster in the heats, I must say, ahead of Anatoly Duko, Dylan Bell, Kurt Fordry and Alan Briggs, with Mark Martin completing the 22-strong grid here at Wilton Mill International.
Championship leader leads them on to the start-finish straight then. Here we go. Axel Slijepcevic leads them up to the line. Zach Swanell alongside him. A little bit of bumping and barging as they get through the first corner. Someone's taken out the tyres. Oh, and well, I think Zach Swanell, it was briefly off the track. Someone spun round. I'll see if Alex can pick that one up. But up ahead, Axel Slijepcevic is leading quite comfortably here from Zach Swanell and Ben Leslie. Then it is Sam
and Dante
Lovelace.
Dillon's the man on the move up at the moment. He's made several places, as does Max O'Shaughnessy, throwing it up the inside into turn 6.
Yeah, Max O'Shaughnessy going up the inside of him. He's just behind Graham Cobb. So through turn 7 they go. This is the driest it has been in the heats all day.
And
change for second.
And it's Kurt Fordry, the number 28, that was at the back of the field that spun out.
Sorry, Alex. We have someone in the tyres, which I think is Cameron Khan. Ben Leslie has now gone to second at turn 2, but gets going again. I think that was Cameron Khan off at turn 2.
Yes, and prior to that...
I want to move there. Sorry, O'Shaughnessy's just gone past Graham Cobb, and Zach Swanell has just gone past Leslie as well. So that's another change for second. Slijepcevic is away and clear. He's already won 2 finals so far this season, rounds 2 and 4, and he's away with it this time as well. But he's got Swanell, Leslie, Lovelace and Truman in chase.
Now there is a very emerging battle in the midfield between Ed Bars, Charlotte Manton and Graham Cobb, and that looks to be for that is for 9th out on track as they go through into turns 1 and 2.
You say Ed Bars, he's away from that one. It's actually Cobb. Oh, and it looks like we've got a black flag going out for the number 11, and that is Ethan Suter. Okay, but look, let's get the gap. Dillon has just caught up onto this battle for second. There he is, the number 15, going through the boot now, and there he goes up the inside, the first of what will be a few moves. That's on Daniel Truman. So Dillon now up into 5th place. Axel's lead stands at 1.8 seconds, but Zach Swanell in 2nd place, the quicker of the 2 drivers. They're having to take a bit of a wide line through turn 2 there. It's still a bit wet in places. This the first dry race we've had in the heats all day. As we're about to see a change up at turn 3, Alex. Dante Dillon goes up the inside of Sam Lovelace.
And Max O'Shaughnessy gets passed by Ed Bars just then as well.
So simultaneous overtaking up at turn 3 then. Sam Lovelace, the quickest on track. Surprised to see him just be passed by Dillon there.
And
gap between first to second, 1.9 seconds.
And Ed Bars didn't have a good run in the heats, I will be honest. A couple of off-track excursions, but he's really got the bit between his teeth. And having passed Max O'Shaughnessy right in front of him, that's Daniel Truman, and that's for 6th out on track. So with the way his pace is coming along as Manson and Noble side by side into the boots.
Noble trying to make the place, and Brave around the outside makes it. Graham Cobb starting to form a bit of a train here. Doesn't seem to have the pace he had in the earlier races, but let's see if he can improve on that in the second half of the race as Ed Bars makes a move up at turn 3. Oh well, William Thomas was there as well. Black flag's gone out for the number 10, but
Graham Cobb, that is. So that's Graham Cobb being given a black flag as well.
And a change for third, sorry Alex. Well, Dante Dillon up the inside of Ben Leslie. Ben Leslie back on the inside for turn 7 and doing a very good job here as Ben Leslie retakes the place. Yeah, and Sam Lovelace goes with him.
And Ed Bars is charging. Look at this. He's going up the inside of Sam Lovelace, going into the boot. Tries to make the move stick round the outside. Doesn't quite happen. And then that was Daniel Truman as well, I think, going back up the inside into the boot. So position changes hand over fist in this lights final already, Chris.
All right. Third in the championship, Cameron Noble, as we see it. Well, Lovelace trying to go up the inside of Ben Leslie, and he's
Ed
now
Bars goes round the outside of Sam Lovelace into the back straight, heading towards the boot. So great move there by Ed Bars. Wow, that was for 5th place.
Yeah, more of a mistake, to be honest, from Lovelace. A move that didn't quite work, and Ed Bars, that's one of the easiest moves he's going to have to do. He's now at the inside of Ben Leslie and will go through. Leslie actually off. Oh, Leslie's almost into tyres. Oh, well, and he's gone round. Ben Leslie off. He's out of spin. He's facing the wrong way, and Matthew Bees goes with him. Well, Matthew Bees now off as well. So Leslie and Bees, two of the seeded drivers, off at turn 2. They're struggling to get going. Ben Leslie's going to drop all the way to the back of the field. Matthew Pease likewise. Oh, look at this battle.
And O'Shaughnessy goes up the inside of Ed Bars, and also Sam Lovelace trying to go round the outside coming out of turn 8. Doesn't make it stick, but Ed Bars is right on the back bumper. With Cameron Noble ready to capitalise at any given moment.
And Lovelace doing a good defensive job there. O'Shaughnessy's ran wide of the boot, and there goes Ed Bars. He should make that place stick.
Oh, they barge side pods, Chris, going into the start-finish line.
And yes, well, Ed Bars actually very good driving there, but I don't think he's going to hold on to it. I'm afraid he did everything right, and yes, he will hold on to it. So good driving there from Ed Bars. He kept Max O'Shaughnessy right where he wanted him the whole time.
And Ed Bars has actually got past Sam Lovelace. Nice move coming out of the final turn. Great momentum across the start-finish line into turn 1, and had the run on into turn 2 as Cameron Noble's up the inside.
That's William Thomas.
Oh, William Thomas, sorry. I keep on getting confused with all these races.
He's actually unlapping himself.
Ah, well.
Cameron Noble is not that far behind. No. But, well, William Thomas and Max O'Shaughnessy not impressed with that, but he has the right to unlap himself if he's quick enough. And Dante Dillon now second, and here comes Axel Slijepcevic. Three drivers now battling for this third place, so up towards...
And Ed Bars is trying to put a run on Daniel Truman going up the hill towards turn 3, but Truman's trying to think of a move up the inside of Swanwell into turn 3 himself, but it's 3 wide, and it's switching backwards and forwards.
Oh, off the track, that's Truman, I think that is off.
That was Truman, and Bars is pushing and shoving Zach Swanell for third place.
Well, Ed Bars actually assessing this situation. Who have I got behind me? Don't worry about William Thomas, he's a lap down, but what about behind that? Ed Bars, to be safe, has to make this move as almost off the track there. We've got Lovelace, Truman and Max O'Shaughnessy almost side by side, but there goes Ed Bars round the outside. He's up the inside at the second part of the boot. What a brilliant move from Ed Bars. The win's gone to Axel Slijepcevic. He'll hold on to his championship lead. Second place will go to Dante Dillon. Ed Bars third, and I think it was quite clear to see that Zach Swanell was really not too happy to finish fourth. But You've got to give credit to Ed Bars there. That was a fantastic move. Round the outside, Swanell will finish 4th place, very disappointed. Lovelace rounds out the top 5. Here's Alex to call you through the rest of the runners and riders.
And in 6th place, it was Daniel Truman in the end ahead of Max O'Shaughnessy, with Cameron Noble, Charlotte Manton and Cameron Kahn rounding out the top 10. Ollie Ursel 11th ahead of Dylan Bell. Anatoly Duko, good moves to get up to 13th ahead of Mark Martin. Ben Leslie, yeah, bear with me a second.
And I think you've just lost the rest of the field, but all of the positions on screen for you. The winner is Axel Slijepcevic from Dante Dillon. Ed Bars there, what a drive for him to get 3rd right at the end, and I don't think we've seen someone as disappointed as Zach Swanell so far this season, especially when he came across the line for 4th. That's lights, heats done. That's round 6 completed for the light heats. Okay, so last time out, Cameron Noble, one of our championship favourites, drove, you know, had a bit of an incident and made someone have a bit of a trip to the grass, was penalised, so the trophy now goes to the driver who did finish 4th. That is 3rd place for Charlotte Manton. Well done, Cameron Noble. Unlucky, don't fire people off in the future and you get to have your trophy. Ed, first time in a DMAX kart, podium. I think that's pretty good, and a recovery from a bad start as well.
Yeah, I had a few dodgy heats, got taken out in a couple of them, but yeah, in the final it all came good. Got a decent start, made it up to 3rd quite quickly, but coming down this one of the corners, my engine seized. I'd cut out because I locked up, and yeah, so I lost a couple of places there, but managed to gain them back by the end.
And you come from the dark side. What do you think? What do you think of DMAX? What do you think of the whole championship?
It's well run, good championship, really fun to drive.
You finished 3rd, so I hope you'd say you're happy. Dante, 2nd place for you in that one. Good points. Still haven't quite closed in on Axel yet, but you know, damage limitation.
So yeah, I started 8th in the final after, let's be honest, quite tough heats, to be honest, with the conditions being as they were. Yeah, just starting 8th, got a good start, just really aimed to get everyone one by one. I saw Axel disappear up the road, so I knew that was over. Yeah, I was behind Zach for quite a few laps. He was getting way more traction out of turn 2. I just couldn't keep up with him, and then he dropped it on his own. So I was like, yeah, I'll take this. So yeah, I ended up with 2nd. Really happy with the result.
Good stuff. Well done. 2nd place, and our winner, Axel, 3.5 seconds in the end. No need. It's because they love you, really. 3.5 seconds in the end. You know, you're looking in good shape for this championship.
Yeah. The wet patch on the inside of turn 2 really made me nervous. I didn't go anywhere near it the whole race. Just need to keep it on the road because I saw P2, Zach Swanell. Really unlucky to see him go. I mean, just pushing it to the edge. So I really need just to keep it on the track, and it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, was it difficult? You guys were obviously the first to take on those conditions. Was it difficult driving on a drying track like that?
Definitely, because there was no gap from 3rd heat to final. We were going straight from wet lines. We were going 1 minute 20s straight into 52s, and it's difficult to adjust to that, and really believe that there is actually grip there on the track, and that you can actually push it around in such low times.
Well, the best man won. Well done. Cheers. Commanding victory, 3.5 seconds. Axel, they're finding hard to stop him this season. Can you stop him? Come and join us and see what you can do. Visit our website or call this number to get involved in DMAX.